सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ श्री रामचन्द्राय नमः। श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 एहि दिति सकल मनोरथ करहि वचन सप्रेम सुनत मन हरहि। सिय मातु तेहि समय कटाई दासी देखि सुअवसर आए। तापस देश जनक सिय रेखि भयउ ते
Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
अधम सबरी बरनत बर बरनी जिमी जलही नमीन गम धरनी भरत अमित महिमा सुनुरानी जानहि राम न सकहि बखानी भरनि सप्रेम भरत अनुभाव पिय जिय की रुचि लखि कहु राम बहु रही लखन भरत बन जाई सब कर फल सबके मन माई देवी पुरंतु भरत रघुबर की प्रीति प्रतीति छाई नहीं धर की भरतु अवधि स्नेह ममता की जयति राम सीम समता की परमारथ स्वारथ सुख सारे भरतन सपने मन निहारे साधन सिद्धि राम भगने मोही लखी भरत भरत मते श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम भोरे भरतन फेरि हरि मन सहु राम रचाई कहियन सोचु स्नेह बस कहे भूप खाई श्री राम
Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम राम भरत गुण गण जस प्रीति निस दंपति अलग समरीति राज समाज प्राज जुग जाने न्याय सुर पूजन लागे ये नहाय गुर कहि रघुराई बंदी चरण बोले रूप पाई नाथ भरत पुर जन महतारी सो कभी कल बनवास जुखाई सहित समाज राम मिथिलेसु बहुत दिवस भय सहज कलेसु श्री राम जय कीजिए नाथ हित सब ही कर रे हाथा अस कहि अति सकुचे रघुराऊ मुनि पुल गए लगी सील सुभाऊ तुम बिनु राम सकल सुख साजा नरक सरिस दुहु राज समाजा श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम
Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
प्राण प्राण के जीव है शिव सुख के सुख रामा तुम तजि तात सुहाज ग्रह जिनहि तिन्हि विधि भामा श्री राम
Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
श्री राम जय जय राम
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri 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 Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Sai 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 Rama.
Live on 101.7 FM from the Milton Sai Center, Sri Satya Sai Global Council, Milton Sai Center in Trinidad. We say a special thanks to all our corporate sponsors, T.N. Ramnath and Company Limited, The Little Store, Bonanza Drugs, Boss Securities Limited, Agni Puja and Gift Shop, and Prasad's Investments. Dasha Doha chanting today by Brahmacharini, Aruna, and others from the Ayodhya Kaanda of Sri Ramcharitmanas. Swami Prakashananda is on the Singhasan, and we are just about ready to go to the Singhasan.
साथी है मित्र गंग के जल बिंदु पान तक, अर्धांगिनी बढ़ेगी तो केवल मकान तक। परिवार सब लोग चलेंगे स्मशान तक, बेटा भी हक निभाएगा तो अग्निदान तक। इससे तो आगे, इससे तो आगे भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा। इससे तो आगे इससे तो आगे भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा।
इससे तो आगे भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा।
जीवन ये 2 दिन का मेला रहेगा, कायम न जग का झमेला रहेगा।
जीवन 2 दिन का मेला रहेगा, कायम झमेला रहेगा।
जीवन ये 2 दिन का मेला रहेगा, कायम न जग का झमेला रहेगा। इससे तो आगे भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा। इससे तो आगे
भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा।
इससे तो आगे, इससे तो आगे, इससे तो आगे। बिनु पद चलई सुनई बिनु काना,
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
कर बिनु करम करई विधि नाना।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
काम कथा के तेई अधिकारी,
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
जिनके सत्संगति अति प्यारी।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
बिनु पद चलई सुनई बिनु काना।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
कर बिनु करम करई विधि नाना।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
नयन नि संत दरस नहीं देखा।
श्री राम जय राम,
लोचन मोर पंख करी लेखा
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
रामचंद्र गुण बरन लागा
श्री राम जय जय राम
सुनत ही सीता कर दुख भागा
श्री राम जय राम
सीता राम चरण रति मोरे
श्री राम जय राम
अनुदिन बढ़ऊ अनुग्रह तोरे
श्री राम जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम
मोरे तुम प्रभु गुरु पितु माता
श्री राम जय राम
जाऊं कहाँ तजी पद जल जाता
श्री राम जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री
राम जय जय राम श्यावर रामचंद्र की गजाननम भूतगणादिसेवितम् कपितजम्बू फलसारभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम् या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः लोकाभिरामम् रणरङ्गधीरम् राजीवनेत्रम् रघुवंशनाथम् कारुण्यरूपम् करुणाकरं तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठम्। वातात्मजं नरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम। बोलो राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम। राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम। मंगल भवन अमंगलहारी द्रवहु दशरथ अजिर बिहारी। रघुकुल रीति सदा चलियाई प्राण जाए वरु बचन न जाए। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। बिनु सतसंग विवेक न होई राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। नहीं कलिकरमन भगति विवेकु राम नाम लंबन एकु। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। राम एकता पसती अतारी नाम को विखल को मति सुधारी। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। राम चरण बारिज जब देखूं तब निज जन्म फल करि लेखूं। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। जिन हरि भगति हृदय नहीं आनी जीवत सब समान ते प्राणी। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। कोमल चित अति दीन दयाला कारण बिनु रघु नाथ कृपाला।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
परे भाग्य मानुषतन पावा, सुर दुर्लभ सब ग्रंथ ही गावा।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
राम सदा से वक रुचि राखी, वेद पुराण साधु सुर साखी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
गुरु बिनु भवनिधि तरई न कोई, जाओ बिरंची संग कर सम होई।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम। बोलो
राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम। राजा
राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम। हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम। श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय। वर्णानाम अर्थ संघानाम, रसानां छन्दसामपि, मङ्गलानां च कर्तारौ वन्दे वाणी विनायकौ। भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धा विश्वासरूपिणौ। याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धा स्वान्तस्थमीश्वरम्। वन्दे बोधमयं नित्यं गुरुं शङ्कररूपिणं। यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि चन्द्रसर्वत्र वन्द्यते। सीतारामगुणग्राम पुण्यारण्यविहारिणौ वन्दे विशुद्धविज्ञानौ कवीश्वर कपीश्वरौ। उद्भवस्थितिसंहार कारिणी क्लेशहारिणीं सर्वश्रेयस्करीं सीतां नतोऽहं रामवल्लभाम्। यन्मायावशवर्ति विश्वमखिलं ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा। यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं रज्जौ यथा हेर्भ्रमः। यत्पादप्लवमेकमेव हि भवां बोधे स्थितिर्षावतां। वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणपरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिं। नानापुराणनिगमागमसम्मतं यद् रामायणे निगदितं क्वचिदन्यतोऽपि। स्वान्तसुखाय तुलसीरघुनाथ गाथा भाषा निबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति। भाषा निबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति। हरि ओम। Okay, let me welcome all of you to this satsang tonight. we are seeing Ayodhya Kaanda. And just as they were getting ready to send the people of Ayodhya back to Ayodhya, Bhagwan had already spoken to Guru Vasishta Maharaj. Bharat and his whole entourage from Ayodhya had come there, and Bhagwan had spoken to the Guru that these people are suffering here in this forest. They are not used to forest life. When you get used to something, it's very difficult to live without that thing. Life is like that. You put people who live here to live in Port of Spain, it's a very difficult thing. And you bring people from Port of Spain and put them to live here, that also is a difficult thing. Even in the animal kingdom, a bird that you had in a cage for 20 years, you should let him go outside. Yesterday somebody was telling me, they have many macaws. They are domesticated macaws now. They want to give it to people. But I mean, they were thinking about letting them go in the wild. They will not survive. They'll die. And those also, when you catch, you have to catch them as a baby. If you bring adult ones and you keep them at home, they'll not. When you change like that. So the people from Ayodhya, Bhagwan saw they're suffering in the forest. So he told the Guru, you please take them back. The Guru said, okay, let them rest another 2 days. Because they're all suffering in any case. What suffering? Separation from you. Let them take another 2 days. And when the 2 days was over, and it was time to go, the people have good luck, good karma, people of Ayodhya. Just as the 2 days was over and time to go now, what? Janakji Maharaj came there now. Now when Janakji Maharaj came, now nobody is going to leave. Now 4 days. So 2 days became a week now. 2 more days, 4 more days, 6 days. And this will go on and on like that. So they counted their blessings. Janakji, with his whole entourage from Janakpur, Mithila, Desh, such a long distance, he came there. And the whole story was told. And now, all the people are speaking about their great fortune. This is now after 279, where we left it last night. After that. Sita Ram Sang Banbasu
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram
Koti Amar Purasur Koti Amar Purasare Supasu Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram
Parihari Lakhan Ram Bedehi
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Jahi Gharu Bhav Bam Vidhi Tehi
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram
Jai Raghu Ram Jai Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram Syamar Ramachandra ki jai. Jugalbandi. Nice. The people are counting their blessings. Human beings have to learn to count their blessings. We are not good at that. We only count all bad things. And not only count, we recount. We have to learn to count our blessings. Sita Ram Sangha Banabasu. Now, not only one group, but two groups now. Those all who have come from Ayodhya and those all who have come from Janakpur. Bharat leading Ayodhya group and Janakji Maharaj himself, the king. Mithilesh. He is leading this group. And all of them together now talking with each other and having such a great time. Satsangis, na? Because here they are all followers of Bharat. Here all followers of Ram, of course. And here all followers of the great Vaidehi, Mithilesh, Janakji Maharaj. So all satsangis met. हमारे हिंदी भाषा में कहते हैं कि साधु साधु से मिले हुई ईश्वर की बात, गधा गधे से मिले हुई लाटम लाट. And when sadhu meet sadhu, they talk about Ishvara. And when one donkey meet a next donkey is kicked like that. So they were having satsang, talking about Ishvara. Here, they're talking of what a great joy for all of us. Sita Ram Sangha Banabasu, living in this forest with Bhagwan Ram and Sita ji. And their words now. Koti Amarpur Sarisa Supasu. Amarpur, Tulsidas uses all the time. He has to use so many metaphors and similes and so many comparisons and all that kind of thing, right? Amarpur is the capital of Indradev in Swarga. Swarga is a big place, so you must have a capital. The capital is called Amarpur. Just like Janakpur. Pur means city. So Amarpur. Why is Amarpur? Because that is the capital of the city of the Amar. Amar means those are the, what do you call it? Eternal ones. Huh? Immortals, yes. Immortal ones. So, it is called Amarpur. So now the people are saying, this living in this forest, and see what makes the difference. And this was there from the beginning of this Ayodhya Kaanda. What makes the difference? Please learn to think like this rationally. Rational thinking is not an easy thing. Because the likes and dislikes of the heart, they impinge on our rational thinking process. They are saying that living here in this forest is koti means countless times. Better than living in Amarpur, Swarga capital. But why? Because in this forest, Ram and Sita are there. That is what makes the difference. And this general principle is to be applied in life. In our life in general, we have to apply this thing. What makes the difference in our life is whether there is spirituality, the reality, God, divinity, that kind of thing. If that thing is not there in life, no matter what material thing we have in this life, that comes to naught, zero. So here, they don't have the comforts of Ayodhya. They don't have all the nice things of a big city. They are living in forest. But Sita Ram is there. That is what makes the difference. In other words, and I have demonstrated this to you before, please pay attention to these very simple principles and laws of existence, living. An example I have given you, suppose you're looking at a movie. So you're enjoying that movie. You like that type of Western movie. You're enjoying like anything. And that cowboy comes out there with nice pointy boots and some things at the back of the boots. What is that thing? Spurs. Yeah. Come on, it has spurs behind the boots there now. And the camera first comes on the boots. You see how I describe it properly? And he come out there and you like nothing better than that. And then he shoots and then That's why I tell you, see people who listening at home in radio, they know what I'm talking about. But anyway, you like this type of movie, right? So that you enjoy like anything. So then, somebody comes there and whispers in your ear, your car outside on fire. But look here, the cowboy still there with two guns, and his pose. Nothing has changed on the screen. The same hero and everything is still there on the screen. Nothing has changed there. But the news which is now introduced into your mind has changed something in here. So when this something in here has changed, can you enjoy anything on that screen? Not possible. For enjoying anything in this world, and this is the rule now, the principle, that's why I'm saying you have to apply this in life in general. For enjoying anything in this world, everything has to be okay here. Huh? If things are not okay here, no matter what you have out there, you will not be able to enjoy. And therefore, we need that spirituality in our life to make everything okay, because nothing in the world will make everything okay here. All that you see in the advertisement and all that you see that is offered in this deal and that deal and 2-for-1 sale and whatever it is, that is not going to make everything up here okay. The only thing that is going to make everything okay is spirituality. And that spirituality ends in Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That spirituality is going to bring that. And when everything is Shanti here, then you can enjoy everything outside. But what we put the cart before the horse. We don't look for any Shanti here inside. And we look for all the worldly enjoyment outside. So the people of Ayodhya, wise they were, they said that when Bhagwan Ram left, he took everybody of Ayodhya to Saket, to his loka. So blessed, so wise. So now they are saying, and in very simple language also, this is more simple chopai, Living here in this forest with Rama and Sita is kotis times better than living in Amarpur. Then, Parihari Lakhana Ram Dehi Jehi Gharu Bhav Bam Bidhitehi. Cursed is that fellow. Cursed is that person who will leave Ram, Sita, Lakshmana and be attached to his house and run there to his house. Now see, when we read Upanishad, so people tell me, no, Swamiji, this Upanishad thing is not for me, I say, why? Because this Upanishad, just like Bhagavad Gita, only talk about renunciation, but Gita is talking same thing. I mean, the Ramayana is talking same thing. Renunciation. That we have to Nija Grihat Turnam Vinir Gamyatam. Vedanta tells like this. Detached from this house. We have very, very strong householders. We hold the house strong. If we don't go back, oh God, nobody dare to see the house. So what we, not only householders, house seers, house guard. One fellow went and buy a watchdog. Because when, nowadays people coming, nowadays a lot of thieves and robbers and this and that, he went and buy a watchdog. And he tied him in the house. Kept him in the house for thieves and robbers. And the thief come. He stole everything and the dog watched everything. Watchdog now, buy. But we are good at watching the house. But here the people of Ayodhya are saying, those people who abandon Ram, Lakshman, Sita ji in forest and they go they run home to their house, they're cursed to be attached to house. So now, what the meaning of this is, we should not have any attachment. We live there, we live here, but we should not have any attachment to that house. This is physical house we are talking about. I'll tell you meaning. physical house. Now, in order to develop that detachment from that house, you have to, and see, I told you we lost this thing. When we came over Kalapani and we came to this country, this civilization lost many things. Many things. And one of it is this. Even today, people in India, they will leave their homes wherever they are and they will go on some tirath and they will sleep like ordinary common people and they will stay on that, in that tirath, and in this way they will develop detachment from their home. We have to learn to do that thing. Otherwise, strongly we are so attached to home. So they go and try it sometime. Leave the home and go and stay somewhere. A simple place, not to leave your home, which is like a 1-star and go in a 5-star hotel. Not like that we're talking about. Once when I heard about it, all of these things, I went to try it. You know Govardhan Parvat? Bhagavan Shri Krishna lifted like this. I gone there to walk around Govardhan Parvat, to parikrama. That thing take about 6-7 hours or whatever. Big night. Cold time. Winter time. And when you come back, there's a temple. That is the only place to rest. And temple made of, this floor is marble. And the marble in winter cold like ice. So when my foot gone, you have to leave your chappal outside. When my foot gone on that marble, they're like ice. I see everybody gone down to sleep. On the ice cold marble. And I used to hear in Trinidad, hear all the old people say, if you do that, you're dead. I said, but look, all these people here, they're dead. Huh? I go down and sleep with them too. Not now, my good look I here today. Huh? Cold like ice. So you can just plain marble, nothing. In these type of practices will help us to get detached from home, physical home. The second meaning of that thing is, this body is home. Because we move from that body to this body to another body and living in that body for one lifetime. That body is also called as home. So we have to detach from this body also. That is second meaning. That we'll drop this body soon, they'll take it to Waterloo. Or wherever. So we have to detach from this body. That's the kind of idea which is there in the in scriptures. They're counting their blessings and they're mandakini. You have to read it carefully. Mandakini majjanuti hukala. We are here in this forest with Bhagavan Ram, Sita, Lakshmana. 3 times a day we bathe in. Like in Ayodhya, we never bathe. But you can leave out the word mandakini. If you only read part of the line, people have a habit to do that. In mandakini we bathing 3 times a day. That is a blessing. So, you could see what practices they were having also in this forest, all of them. They were practicing, they were bathing 3 times a day. No. On one of these days, Siyamatu tehi samaya pathai. Siyamatu means the mother of Sita ji, whose name was, you remember her name? Sunayana. Sunayana means, who has beautiful eyes. Nayana means eyes. Nayana. So Sunayana. So she thought, on one of these days now, we better meet the other queens from Ayodhya side. And so, Siyama tutehi samaya pathai dasi dekhi suavasaru ai. She sent some messengers to Kausalya ji and on that side. Do you all have some time? Can we all meet up like that? Very friendly and cordial and nice, courteous disposition, all the Ranis. Savakasa suni savasya sasu ayau Janakarajura Nivasu. And then Kausalya ji sent back message, yes, you all please come here. And all from Janakji's side, all the queen and all the wise women and all of them, all the women from Janakji's side, they came here to Kausalya ji's side. And now this whole katha, I tell you one thing. Now see, all from Janakji's side, women. Now this is a women's group. Here in Trinidad, we have women's group now. Hindu Women Association. So there's all the women from that side now. They came here to Kausalya ji, you know. Very starkly, if you see, there is no mention of Kaikeyi. Sunayana, like Kausalya, Sumitra speaks like that. But you no word about Kaikeyi or from Kaikeyi. So now there is no way to tell whether in that meeting Kaikeyi was present. And there is an enormous amount of silence on several issues about Kaikeyi. So we don't know if Kaikeyi has any input. Kaikeyi is in the group. Kaikeyi is listening. We don't know. So where is Kaikeyi in all of this? But anyway, they all came now and they started having a discussion. Siyama tukaha bidi buddhi baki. This is Sunayana tells in this group. This Brahmaji, you know, something wrong with his mind. He mind terhi. Terhi means? Baki means terhi. Nobody ever called it terhi long time? Huh? He's a terhi. Terhi means terhi. That is the proper word. Huh? He crooked. You know, in the beginning we were chanting just now. Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Vishwas Rupino Yabhyam Vinana Pashyanti. And then the next verse. Vande Bodhamayam Nityam Gurum Shankara Rupinam Yamashrito hi Vakropi Chandra Sarvatra Vanjate. Vakra means crooked. So that Chandra is Vakra, bent. The moon. And nobody worships the crooked moon. Everybody wait for the moon to become full, isn't it? That's why you have full moon katha, Purnima. You ever have crescent moon katha? Nobody worships that crescent moon, bent, crooked moon. We worship full moon, Purnima. Guru Purnima or Purnima. Just 2 days ago was Purnima and holy and all, isn't it? So, that Vakra word is Terhi. So Sunayana said, this Brahmaji, I think his mind is Terhi. Why? What he did? Jo Payapenu for Pabi Taki. That he has taken a thunderbolt to destroy the froth from milk. Now, if milk has froth, right? And you want to get rid of the froth, all you do is blow it. Isn't it? So easy to. And meaning to say what? This is Rama, Sita, Lakshmana. They are such tender beings. Tender beings, like the froth. And such a severe blow from this Brahmaji, what, to exile them to forest, like that. This is the idea. This is Sunayana's words, not Kausalya Maya. And they talk. A lot. I'm leaving out many, but I cannot tell all verses there also. You have to read. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
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 Kausalya kaha dos n kahu.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Karam bibas dukh sukh chati lahu.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Kathin karam gati jaan vidhata.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Jo subh asubh sa kal phal data.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
ईस रजाई शीस सब ही के.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
उत्पत्ति स्थिति लय विषहु अमी के.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram
जय जय राम. श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय. And if nobody and they hear to all play, they go know all his family. Kausalya kaha. Now this is the women's discussion going on. Right? This is actually wonderful thing in Ramayana also, that the women also sit and they have a very, very enlightened discussion. Kausalya ji replies after all of the words of Sunayana. Kausalya kaha dosu na kahu. My dearie, we should not blame anybody. And this is now truisms about sansar, about prakriti, nature, the world. This is how it is. Karama bibasa dukh sukh chati lahu kathina karama gati jana vidhata. Jo subha asubha sakala phala data. Providence, God, as according to our shubha and ashubha karma, good karma or not good karma, dispenses all the results. And this is a running theme throughout the Ramayana, coming from Kausalya now. All of us are under the power. Karma bibas. Karma bibas is a strong phrase. Karma bibas means what? All of us are under the tight grip of karma and nobody can escape. That is the idea. Bibas. Vivasha in Sanskrit. Visheshena vasha. This in Avadhi now become bibas. You see a little twist there? So, everybody is, everyone is inexplicably bound to karma. You have no. What is that? Not inexplicably, wrong word. Inextricably bound. So every one of us. And in that karma, what we face? Sukha, dukha, chati, labh. Chati means kshati. See how this Sanskrit was changed to, it means loss and gain. Lahu, lab. So, in our life, what we will face? Sukha, dukha, gain and loss. Joy and sorrow, gain and loss. And the two are connected also. When there is gain, there is sukha. When there is loss, there is dukkha, sorrow. Except if it is somebody else lost, then there is sukha. Yeah? If the other person lost, then there is sukha, you're happiness. Human being, a peculiar being, I tell you. Kathina karma. This karma is difficult. Means this is what we are all. And E sarajai, C sabahike. The power of God, the power of Bhagwan, Ishvara is there on everybody's head. Nobody can escape. He is the one we chant every day. Hoi hi soi jo Ram rachi rakha. Ko kari tark. Badhave sakha. When you go on making too much arguments and this and that, only that will happen which is ordained by Bhagwan. So this is the kind of discussion, this is the kind of reply which Kaikeyi, Kausalya, is giving to Sunayana. And I told you there is no mention of Kaikeyi, though I am mentioning. Kausalya tells, Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram,
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
राम सपथ में कीनी न काऊ, सो करि कहऊ साखी सती भाऊ।
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram.
भरत शील गुण विनय बड़ाई, भयप भगति बरोस भलाई।
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram.
कहत सादरहु कर सती पीछे, सागर सीप की जाहि न पूछे।
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram.
श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम।
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram
जय श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय। राम सपथ में कीन्ही न काऊ, सो करी। Kausalya ji said, I have never sworn on Rama before, but I swear on Rama today that so kari kahau sakhi sati bhau. I'm telling. Bharat seal, she is swearing on Rama about Bharat. I'm telling about this Bharat. Bharat seal means Bharat's character. Guna means all his virtues, qualities and all. Then Vinaya, his modesty. Badai, his nobility, his greatness. Bayappa, his brotherliness. Bhagati, his devotion. Bharosa, his vishwas, shraddha. Bharosa. Bhalai, his goodness. All this Kausalya is telling about Bharat. His goodness. Khat sar dahu karamati hiche. Even Saraswati, who is the goddess of speech, her mind wavers, falters, her mind shrivels up when it comes to describing all of these qualities of these gunas of Bharat. And she tells, Sagar Seep ki jahi uliche. Ulichna in Hindi means, I cannot think of any word in English when I was thinking about this thing. Ulichna means, let me tell you, all the Ola people my age you will know, to bail out. You know when your house gets flooded, to take a bucket and bail out, right? So how you say that in English now? To empty. No, empty is different. If you have a bucket and you throw the water, so it empty, right? But when your house get flood, bail out only. This is pakka Hindi, ulichna, to bail out. So I thought, but yeah, they must have some other word for that, man, to bail out. So I went and checked R.C. Prasad. What is the word? Ladle out. Take a ladle and a spoon. When you go finish. But you know it's bail out, no? Not to go and take bail in court for somebody, no, that cannot bail out. Bail out. So Kausalya ji is telling, can you take a oyster shell and bail out the ocean? You could take an oyster shell and bail out the ocean. That is not possible. Therefore, even Saraswati ji cannot describe. Means how impossible is that? In the same way, it is impossible for even Saraswati ji to describe the qualities of Bharat. What from every side? Nobody is stopping to praise his Bharat. And you think you finish? Janak ji just now will start. Like this, Bharat ji is praised one after the next by. But then Kausalya ji, Kausalya kahadhir dhari sunahu devi mithilesi. Listen, O Sunayana, O Devi Sunayana, she tells, Ko viveka nidhi ballavahi tumahi sakai upadesh. But who am I? So, Kausalya ji is humility also. But who am I to give you upadesh? Upadesh word we cannot translate in it. I am using upadesh word all the time. Upadesh means to translate, if you say, to give spiritual discourse, spiritual message, spiritual guidance, spiritual teaching. All of that is called as upadesh. But who am I to give you upadesh? You are the wife of the great Janak ji. So all wisdom you already would have gotten, because Janak ji has satsang with everybody and you always there. Just now we'll see that also. But very interestingly now, I want you to see this. And listen here. Every day people tell me, but Swamiji, you are married. How you don't know all them things? I just hear that quite often. What has gone in the married life? How you know all them things? But I tell you that day in Ramayana. Now listen here, see this. Kausalya ji will tell just now, well, you know it's late. We all should go. Means all Sunayana and her group should go back and we should go and meet Ram and the Guru and like that she will tell just now. But before she tells that, listen. Rani Rayasana Avasarupai. O Queen, this is after immediately after 283. O Queen, if you get the opportunity, when you go back and you meet Janakji Maharaj, if you get the opportunity, of course you'll get opportunity, what? If you get the opportunity, the occasion, apni bhati kahab samujhai, you make him understand, not as though I told you, not as though I told you, make him understand as though it is coming from you. So you see what has gone when the wives and they meet up. You see how I know? You make him understand. So now, this Kausalya ji is trying to make Sunayana prevail on Janakji Maharaj. You see? So how I won't know? So, make him understand, and make him understand, not to understand that Kausalya told you, but make him understand that you are telling. Apni bhati. Tulsidaji's word is very nice also. He chooses the right word. Rakhiya hi lakhan bharat gava nahi ban. That let Lakshmana go back to Ayodhya and let Bharat stay with Ram. Means you prevail on the king to convince Ram to keep Bharat with him and send back Lakshman. This, in the end, this is how it turns out to be. Jo yaha mat mane mahipa mana. If this so pleases the king, so she lightens it up. If this so pleases Janakji Maharaj. She continues, and Tulsidashi describes. तो भल जतनु करब सुबिचारी
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
मोरे सोचु भरत कर भारी
श्री राम जय जय राम
दूर स्नेह भरत मन माही रहे नीक मोहि लागत नाही
श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम
जय रघुराम रामचंद्र की जय। तो भल जतनु करब सुविचारी. Kausila doesn't stop. Let him reflect on this and do his best. Now see, really Sunayana has to go there and prevail on for all this to happen. Let him reflect on this well and let him do his best to see this comes to pass. That means Sunayana has to go there and do a good job, you know. That is the idea. That means what? No. That is a very simple conclusion. Them wife and them have good power over them husband and them. Eh? That mean that only, isn't it? Yeah. You see how I know? So, she tells. And now she gives the rationale behind telling it. So, telling is one thing, and getting a certain outcome to happen is one thing. But then she tells the rationale. Very nice. And then everybody was so pleased. More soch Bharat kara bhari. I am very much worried about Bharat. So this is what is prompting her telling Sunayana. I am very much worried. You see, the intention is noble. Prevailing and all that is one thing, but the intention is noble. Because I am very much worried about this Bharat, you know. Gura saneha Bharata mana mahi. Bharat's love is deep and profound. Bharat's love for Ram is deep and profound. And rahe neek mohi lagat nahi. And I fear that there may be dire consequences if Bharat goes back to Ayodhya. But there's one more thing. I chanted now in beginning. See, Kausalya is afraid of Bharat, but remember, Bharat has surrendered totally to Bhagwan Ram, and Ram has surrendered totally to Bharat. Ram sada sevak ruchi rakhi. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Ram sada sevak ruchi rakhi.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Ved Puran sadhu sur sakhi.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Raghuram Jai Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram Syamar Ramachandra ki Jai. See, Bharat has surrendered totally to Ram. Ram has surrendered to Bharat also. But Ram sada sevak ruchi rakhi. Ram always takes care of the bidding of the sevak. And then, there is no need for anybody to be afraid. Bharat is here or Bharat is there. When he went back, we also know, and everything was fine. But a mother's worry for a son, a mother's worry for a child, that is something very profound. That only mothers will know. She is worried that that Bharat, if he goes back there, there may be some undesirable consequences, that may happen. Then Sunaina, to all this now, Sunaina tells, my dear, everything will be okay. यह सब जाग बलिक कही राखा देवी न होई मुथा muni bhasha. Sunaina, before leaving, Sunaina tells this line. Ram jai banu kari surakaju. Rama going to the forest and achieving the work of the gods, or doing the work of the gods, the devatas. Then Achala Avadapura Kari Hahi Raju. He will come back to Ayodhya and he will establish an unshakable kingdom, Ayodhya. So Naina is telling this. He will achieve the ends of all the devatas and he will come back to Ayodhya and he will establish proper kingdom and all of that. And Amar Nag Narana Ram Bahubala Sukha Basi Hahi. Apane apane thal. All classes of beings in all worlds will enjoy bliss and happiness, being protected by Bhagwan, Bahubal, his power. And when they ask, how you know this? Are, yaha sab jag balik kahi rakha. This whole thing was told by Yajna. Where you heard Yajna now? Because Vishwamitra ji had gone there, but Yajna, now you'll have to do a little research on all this. Yajna was a guru of Janakji Maharaj also, who taught Janakji Maharaj many a thing. So he used to come there to Mithiladesh and teach to Janakji. Now if he is teaching to Janakji Maharaj, then he will also, Sunaina will be sitting right there. So what is Yajna? Now see, all of those who missed out in Balkan in the beginning, you missed out many things. Now I'll have to tell you again now. In the beginning of the Balkan, Bharadwaj Muni held on to the feet of Yajna and told you, please tell me Ramayana. Tell me Ram Katha. And Yajna said, you too smart. You know all Ram Katha already. But you like to hear it. So you're pretending that you don't know. But that is why I told you, when one sadhu meets another sadhu, they talk about Bhagwan only. So Yajna starts to tell Ram Katha. Ek baar treta jug mahi sambhu gaye kumbhaja rishi pahi, which we saw this thing. So Yajna starts like this to tell the katha to Bharadwaj Muni. So it means what? Yajna knows whole Ram Katha. And we saw there also. And where is Yajna heard this Ram Katha from? Ram Katha he heard from Kak Bhushundi. All this I told in Balkan. So this Yajna used to go to Janakpur and tell Ram Katha to Janakji Maharaj. So that Sunaina heard the whole thing. And then she knows the whole story. So now she's telling to Ketu, Kausalya and all of them, look here, this Ram will achieve the ends of the devatas here in forest, and then he'll go back and establish, and really it happened like that also. Anyway, now Sunayana has to leave. Kausalyaji says, now it is late and everything, and then we should go. Then what? Sunayana tells, can Sitaji come to our side? Typical mother-daughter, huh? You let Sitaji come on our side there? Kausalya says, yeah, why not? Sitaji went along with Sunayana, mother. And then, there, when all the people saw Sitaji in this clothing of a, forest dweller, tapasvini, they were so distressed, to see Sitaji dressed like that. All people on that side. Then Janakji Maharaj came in there now. He took permission from the gurus there, where he was with the gurus, and he reached his side there, and he also saw Sitaji. But Tulsidashi goes on to describe what tremendous love that. See now, 286. सिय पितु मात स्नेह बस विकलन सखी संभारो राम विकलन सखी संभारी धरनी सुता धीरज धरेऊ समऊ सुधर्म विचार सिया After a long time, since that wedding in Janakpur, now the three of them have gotten chance to meet Sitaji, Janakji Maharaj, Sunayana. Oh, Tulsidaji, even Sitaji lost her composure. There's so much of love between them. Sitaji also. Then, Dharani Suta, Dhiraj Dharahu. Then she collected herself and realized, no, now is not the time to. Samau Dharamu Bichari. She thought about the appropriate time and place. Now Janakji Maharaj had come just now, I told you, and now only Tulsidashi writes. After all the meeting and this and that, see, Tapasa Besha Janakasya Dekhi Bhayavu Pe Muparitosha Viseshi. Janakji Maharaj saw, there's many verses before this he came, right? And he saw Sitaji, and he embraced Sitaji, and like his own, who is his own little daughter. When a father hasn't seen his daughter for such a long time and all that, right? And all three of them meeting and embracing this, all that is happening. Now only Tulsidaji, right? Now he sees that she is wearing the clothes of a tapasvini. He was so immersed in love for Sitaji, he did not even see what clothes she was wearing. After all of those verses, now he sees. Janakji Maharaj, see, all the people, when they saw Sitaji wearing this type of clothes, they were miserable. Tulsidaji's description of Janakji seeing the same thing. See, Bhayau pe muparitosha viseshi. Janakji Maharaj was so happy to see Sitaji in these clothes. Because Janakji Maharaj is a supreme jnani, exalted jnani, who is totally detached from everything. When the mother and all the other people saw, my daughter wearing this clothes, what bark of a tree? No jewelry, no this, no nothing. Everybody was so distressed from that. But Janakji Maharaj was very happy because totally detached. Tulsidaji described that his mind was very much satisfied. Now, this meeting took place, and Tulsidaji writes some, you will see some lines like this in between. Sitaji, though she wanted to stay on that side, he writes, Kahati nasi sakuchi, sakuchi manam mahi. She wanted to stay, but she could not bring herself to say, I should stay on that mother's side. Iha basava rajani bhalan nahi. Staying on this side is not good. Why not good? Because once Kanya Dan is done, this is the old tradition, eh? No, that changed now, but the old tradition is what? Once Kanya Dan is done from that side to this side, she cannot stay on. That's right. Then Tulsi Ramayana. Mr. Still alive at, not what at that time. Here in Trinidad also that was alive. You know that? I remember my grandfather, he cannot go on that side and eat and all. So it was here also. So anyway, you all know all of these things. They did nice send-off to Sitaji, and now Janakji Maharaj, Sitaji came back. Now Janakji Maharaj is speaking to his wife Sunayana on that side, and he starts by praising Bharat. Oh, what words! You see this. Let me zoom in a little bit. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
सावधान सुनो सुमुखी सुलोचनी भरत कथा भव मंद विमोचनी
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
धर्म राजनय ब्रह्म विचारु इहाँ जथामति मोर प्रचारु
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama.
धर्म राजनय ब्रह्म विचारु इहाँ जथामति मोर प्रचारु
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
सोमति मोरि भरत महिमाही कहे काह छति छुअति न छाही
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai
जय राम बोलो राम 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 सीता राम 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 बोलो राजा राम 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 सीता राम 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 राजा राम 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 सीता राम 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 सियावर रामचंद्र की जय सावधान सुनु सुमुखी सुलोचनी listen my dear Sunayana carefully to my words. Sumukhi, oh beautiful one. Sulochani, He calls beautiful Sunayana. Same thing. Synonyms. Sulochani, Sunayana. Bharata Katha Bhava Bandha Vimochani. The glories and stories of Bharat. If anybody listens, they will get freedom from the samsara. Janakji Maharaj telling you, he who is already free. Janakji Maharaj is called as one who has Videha Mukti. Mukti, that is beyond body also. He is Jivan Mukta. So, he is telling, listening to Bharat's Katha bring freedom from the sansar. Bhava Bandh Vimochani. Then, Dharma, Raja, Naya, Brahma Vicharu, Iha, Jatha, Mati, Mora, Pracharu. These topics I know some. Janakji Maharaj telling. I know about, what is it? Dharma. I know about Raj, Naya, Niti, politics, policy, statecraft, rulership, that kind of thing. I know. Then, Brahma Vichara. About reflecting on the absolute reality. Brahman. These topics I know some. But I tell you, So mati mori bharata mahimahi kahe kahat chuti chuati na chahi. But with all of this knowledge which I have, I cannot even come close to touching Bharat. That is the idea. Bidhi, Ganapati, Ahipati, Siva, Sarada, Kabi, Ko, Bid, Buddha, Buddhi, Visarada. Bharata Charita, Kirati, Kartuti, Dharma, Sila, Guna, Bimala, Vibhuti, Samajata, Sunata, Sukhada, Savakahu, Suchi, Surasari, Ruchi, Sadara, Nidara, Sudhahu. In the end, all the divinities also worship, pray, means adore this Bharat. And in the end he says, Suchi Surasari Ruchi Nidara Sudhahu. Bharat is purer than Ganga also. Janakji Maharaj. Purer than the Ganga also. He not concludes, but continues further. Niravadhi guna nirupama purushu Bharatu bharat samajani Rama Bharatu bharat samajani Kaya sumeru kiser sama Kavi kulamati sakuchani siya Par Ramachandra ji ki hasn't praised Bharat yet in this Ramayana? Janakji Maharaj now left. That we cannot find any example to describe Bharat, he says. Niravadhi guna, his infinite virtues, qualities which Bharat has. Nirupama Purusha, he is incomparable. You cannot find any comparison to talk about Bharat. Then what? When he realizes that his mind cannot find any example to describe Bharat, Nirupama means cannot find any upama, any comparison. Then he says, he surrenders. Bharatu Bharata sama jani. You only have to compare Bharat to Bharat only. Because you cannot compare Bharat to this or that. Kahiya Sumeru kisera sama. If you say Mount Sumeru weigh 1 kilogram, does any comparison? Mount Sumeru weighs 1 kilo. Kavi kulamati sakuchani, the mind of Kavis. And then, he tells a very nice line also. What is that? Bharata amita mahima sunurani. O queen, the greatness of Bharat is known to one person. Really? Who is that? Janahi Rama. Ram only knows the greatness of Bharat. Oh ho. But then there's a problem with that also. What is that? Na sakahi bakhani. Ram only knows the greatness of Bharat, but then Ram also cannot explain. 2 times in this Ramayana, that he says Ram cannot explain. This is one. Ram cannot explain the greatness of Bharat, though he knows it. And second time, Ramana sakahi nama gunagai. Rama cannot explain the greatness of the name of Ram. Twice. Ram also cannot explain these 2 things. So, the greatness of Bharat extolled extolled by the great Janakji Maharaj, that though Rama knows the greatness of Bharat, Rama also cannot explain that. Bharani saprema Bharata anubhav tia jia ki ruchi lakhi kaha rao. Now, extolling Bharat like this, the king now read the mind of Sunayana. He knew what was in Sunayana because Kausalya had tutored. Kausalya had tutored very nicely. Huh? So the king read her mind, and the king said, Bahurahi Lakhana. Lakshman should go back. Lakshman should return to Ayodhya. Bharata banajahi. Bharat should stay in the forest with Rama. Sabakara bhala sabake mana mahi. In everybody's mind, this will be the best turn of events. Devi parantu Bharat Raghubara ki priti pratiti jai nahi taraki. Bharat avati saneha mamata ki. Bharat is the very repository of all, infinite repository of all love and affection for Bhagwan Ram. Jadyapi Ram Sima Mamat Samataki. Even though Rama is the very embodiment of all Samata. Now, this is a very important thing. This line, Samata word for Ram. Balance, and we've been saying from beginning. Rama is balance in all situations. You get kingdom, balance. You get exile, balance. Rama is the very embodiment of balance. This is coming from Janakji Maharaj. Rama Sima Samataki. He is the limits of balance only. That is Rama. And Bharat is the other side, the limits of affection, that is heart. Balance is, actually balance is balance between head and heart. Like this Janakji Maharaj talks about both of them. Then, Bhorehu Bharatana Pelihahi. This is Bharat. Janakji Maharaj is telling about Bharat's qualities. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Bhorehu Bharat na pelihahi. Manasahu Ram rajai. Kariya na soch saneha basa. Kahe upup vilkai siya. Syavar Ramachandra ki jai. Bhorehu Bharat na pelihai. Manasahu Ram rajai. Bharat will never prevail or make his wishes prevail on Ram. then Bharat will not be the perfect devotee. Any devotee who makes his wishes prevail on Bhagwan, he is not the perfect devotee. King Janakji Maharaj knows this. Bharat will never flaunt his power. And power of devotion. He has the power. And he can do it if he wants. The devotee can make the Lord do anything if he wants. But such a devotee will never make this thing happen. Then Janakji Maharaj talking to Sunayana like this. The whole night passed. Glorifying who? Bharat. Whole night passed. Next day Bhagavan Sri Ram himself took a bath, this, that, and went to the Guru. And then a same talk now. What, Guruji? All these people suffering, In here now two sides suffering. Before it was only one side, Ayodhya Vasi. Now Janakpur Vasi, Ayodhya Vasi. Both sides suffering now. No, Bhagavan Ram doesn't tell you, please take them and go back. He said, Guruji, you do something which pleases you. Do that which pleases you. Bhagavan, you realized last time he went too far. Because you can't tell the Guru what to do. But he's doing it, see, and this is what justifies any action. The motive justifies the action is counted by the motive. If the motive is selfless for the benefit of the other, then it is allowed. If the motive is selfish, then not allowed. The Guru himself tells Prabhu, you are all of their life of their life. You are the life of their life. In 219, the last Doha. You are their joy. You are everything to them. Therefore, they want to stay here. So how this will turn out now? There's still many things to happen here, you see. How it will turn out, we'll see tomorrow. Okay. Where's the basket of goodies? Thank you very much. Oh. When I first hold it was upside down. You hear what if I in the class, na? Teacher tells stand up and read your essay. You stand up and hold the paper and you read out the whole essay. When teacher checked, there was nothing on the paper. Make up a whole essay in your head. Okay, today's chanting was done by Vedanta students and Kumarji. Tomorrow, we'll have satsang at the Port of Spain Sai Center. Tomorrow. What street are you? Abercrombie Street. Okay. Today's prasad, we call on Gayatri Maharaj to please receive a small token from our side. This is the whole Ramayana. This is also available for those who want to purchase. We did in 2017-18 for 2 years, more than 500 hours of Ramayana. Please receive this from our side to share with the rest of the members of the Milton Sai Center. Happy listening. Okay. Please have a look at our bookstall on your way out. There are many, many titles. Let me just now tell you some announcements. Samashti Hanuman Puja on 16th of April at the ashram. Samashti Hanuman Puja. We have 108 bedis like this laid out, and I do Hanuman Puja here, and everybody's following on their own bedi. Okay. So you have to call to book your space there. Chais and Melan on the 30th of May. We resume our Chais and Melan. You come and have this year, 3 varieties of chai. 3 ways to enjoy chai. The new introduction, latest one will be Khadak chai. Karak means strong. I told you now, you take one shot, the Kundalini will hit the sixth chakra. Come on, try that. Karak chai. Okay, Chai Sanmelan, 30th of May. 25th anniversary residential camp, family camp at the ashram from 20th to 24th of July. You have to come and this is a good opportunity. I was telling you, leave home and come and stay. Forget about home and all. Otherwise, always be attached. Life after life. Okay. At Garam Masala restaurant, several things are happening. Tomorrow, 20th March, there's Sunday brunch, an entertainment by Girish Sivu and Risha Ramla. Sunday brunch from 10 to 2 time is not here.
10 to 2.
10 to 2. All right. That is it. I've been telling last few days, it is coming to a close now. We have to raise $92,595. How about that? Yeah. To pay the stamp duty on a property in Felicity that was donated to Chinmaya Mission. Property is 1 acre, and the Ministry of Finance valued it at 1.2 million. And because they saw a school on the compound, this is what the stamp duty came up to. Now see, Chinmaya Mission is a charitable organization, I told you. And to give our acre of land to Chinmaya Mission is charity. But then there are laws and rules in the country. When you have to transfer property from this to this, they charge stamp duty. So that is a challenge we have for lands that have been donated to Chinmaya Mission. Then this will be a continuous challenge. Eh? So there was one near the ashram, and we had gotten an exemption because the land was vacant. Because a charitable organization will get an exemption. But this time we did not get the exemption because there's a school on the compound. So we have to pay. So those of you, and I was in the plan which I came up with, if you get 92 people to do $1,000 each, that becomes a very easy target. All right. So it is going on very well. Still a little way to go only, but nice. All right. We will call on Shri Krishna Ramutar to do a vote of thanks, and then we will conclude. Krishna ji I have known very long time, since he used to work in Ministry of Finance, isn't it?
Love and Sai Ram to each and everyone.
Sai Ram, Krishna ji. Sai Ram.
It is enjoy the satsang, reading. Good. My task tonight is a simple one, very important, to say thank you. And I'll start with Swami Prakashananda and your entourage. Thank you all very, very, very much.
From Calcutta.
From Calcutta. Yes, for choosing the Milton Sai Center as one night for your Ramayana satsang, and to all members of the Sai fraternity, friends, devotees. Thank you all very, very, very much. To 101.7 FM radio for carrying the satsang live. To Ravi and Kiran sound system for providing the sound system here tonight, what I'm using as well. Thank you all very much. Yes. To all the devotees, as Swami said, tomorrow will be at the Port of Spain Sai Center. Thank you all again. And Swamiji, thank you kindly.
Thank you, Krishna. All right. So we also want to say a very special thank you to the members of the Milton Sai Center. for arranging so nicely for us. They even laid out the red carpet, you see, look how that. How nice. Thank you. And I remember coming here also. Huh? 2016. I came here, I remember. So we had a great time and we hope we'll meet soon again. आरती के लिए खड़े हो जाइए, कल देखेंगे Port of Spain. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की.
गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद, वाल्मीक विज्ञान विशारद, सुख सनकादि शेष अरु सारद, बरनी पवन सुत कीरति नीकी.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की.
गावत वेद पुराण अष्टदश, छौ शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस, मुनिजन धन संतन को सर्वस, सार अंश सम्मत सब नीकी.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की.
गावत संतक शंभु भवानी, अरुघत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी, व्यास आदि कवि वर्ज बखानी, काग पुषुंड गरुड़ के ही की.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की.
कलिमल हरनि विषय रस फीकी, सुभग सिंगार मुक्ति जुबती की. दलन रोग भव मूरी अमीकी, तात मात सब विधि तुलसी की. आरती श्री
रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की.
श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम. श्री राम जय जय राम. मंगलम भगवान विष्णु, मंगलम गरुड़ध्वजः, मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं, मङ्गलायतनो हरिः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा की जय नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव।